Hey, let me call. I'm gonna call Mauricio Herrera. Yeah, I'm calling right now. Whether he picks up, there's no thing. But y'all know how to behave yourself. Need that more I have to say. I don't know if he'll be able to hear you. Whether he picks up, we're seeing it. Mauricio Herrera. I ain't talked to him for a minute though. I haven't talked to him for a long while. So I know he's gonna pick up.
That man, somewhere trying to make weight, man.
Hey, hello, Mauricio Herrera.
What's up?
What's up, man? EJ Boxing Live here. You're live on my hangout. I've got some guests over here. Hey, man, we know you're fucking Frank Gomez. How you feeling, man? How you think you're gonna do in the fight, bro?
I'm feeling good. You know, I'm excited. So I think I'm gonna do well in this fight. I've held, I fought power punchers before and undefeated guys before, so I think I'm gonna do very well with Frankie, and especially at this weight, I should feel much stronger and look stronger.
But because you know what, the last fight with Hank Lundy, that was the cut. How's the cuts? Are the cuts healed and everything? You were healed up and fresh and ready to go, right?
Oh yeah. I had more than about 10 months to let them heal, so they're nice and healed. Frankie won't even be able to see where my cuts are at, so I'm not really too thinking about that. You know, I don't think he's thinking about that. If he does, and he's gonna have problems if he wants to just target my eye. He has more problems than that coming in that ring, so we're ready to go.
Yeah, man. Hey, listen, you know what? Arguably, yeah, you're the best guy in the division, man. You know, with a lot of people and us, you beat Danny. You're the guy to beat in the division. Where's this fight gonna bring you? After you win this fight, I'm gonna pick you to win this fight. What are you gonna do after this fight when you win this fight? Let's assuming you get past it. What's your game? What's your plans?
You know, I think I deserve something good after this fight. If I beat Frankie Gomez, I'll try to do it in great style, and I gotta sit down and talk to Golden Boy, and they really gotta give me something good, because if they don't, I don't know why I'm in the sport. But if I get fight Frankie, everything good, we gotta sit down with Golden Boy on the table and find out, and it better be something good after this.
Absolutely, man. All right, I've got my guys here. You guys got a question? I'm not too sure if they're ready to hear you, but you guys got a question? Yeah. Mauricio, go ahead, Nata.
Yeah, I got a question. Mauricio, you pretty much should have taken the zeros of both Danny Garcia and Jose Benavidez.
Comment, Nata. Hey, Mauricio.
Yeah.
Hey, Mauricio, let me call you back on Facebook, because if I call you back on Facebook, I think the others will be able to hear you. I'll call you back in 1 sec, yeah?
Bro, we can hear him.
Nah, he can't hear you though, Umar. Alright, I'll call you back in a second. Okay. Alright, cool. That's Mauricio Herrera. Let me call.
Yo, this man answered the phone, ain't even stepped on the scales yet. He gotta be in shape.
Yeah, man, he'll make weight easy. He's not a big guy.
Mauricio's good. He'll be alright.
I think he was only like 152 fight night his last fight, so he should make it easy.
Still though, man.
Let me call this. This guy is. Hey, you know who just called me a minute ago? Ingram Jones. Ingram. Hey, Laura TV? Nah, he must be busy. So let me call Mauricio anyway. Let me call Mauricio, because he just called me a second ago. So I just called him back. Let me call Mauricio. He should be able to hear you now anyway. Uma, why do you have to argue all the time, bro? I've got everything on lock, bro. You know what I mean?
Nah, bro, I wasn't. Alright, EJ, whatever, bro.
I was just saying, like, I'm telling you, the reason why I called him back to make sure you could hear him. I know if you talked, yeah, he wouldn't be able to hear you. He'll be able to hear you now. So I'm calling him now on his Facebook. Yo, Mauricio. Mauricio?
Hello?
Yeah, Mauricio. Yeah. Okay, yeah. Now, so you have a question for Mauricio. So introduce yourself.
Mr. Mauricio Herrera. Glad to talk to you. I had a quick question. You pretty much should have probably taken the zeros of both Danny Garcia and Jose Benavidez. Similar situation going in here with Frankie Gomez, in spite of Frankie's issues with weight in the past. Do you think that you have to win these rounds more convincingly than the rounds that you defeated Garcia and Benavidez in order to get the decision in this fight?
If I win those fights, I don't know what else I gotta do, I mean, that's the style that I have, and, that's what got me this far, That's why they keep feeding me these guys. They think they're gonna take me out, They think that they're gonna push me down and out of the sport. That's the way I feel, but, some of who I am, I gotta play to my strengths,
And yeah, you know, if I find any, of course, if I ever see any time or any openings that I can try to get Frankie out of there, I'm willing to do that. And especially in the championship rounds, you know, I try to always say to myself, really go hard in those rounds, and I think I'm gonna really test Gomez. And you know, being at this weight, you never know. You know, you can't say looking by my record that I can't stop anybody because, you know, look what I've been facing. You know, I've been facing tough guys, and I don't think that I cannot stop Frankie. So if it will happen, it will be towards the late rounds. It can be a stoppage. You never know. They can come in different forms.
Absolutely, man. Benuma, you got a question for Mauricio?
Yeah, I do have a question for Mauricio. Mauricio, I remember we did an interview with you a while ago, and you kind of explained the fighters you grew up liking and the fighters you looked up to. Do you think the fact that you kind of patterned your style maybe after those guys that hurts you when it comes to decisions because you're more of a slick boxer instead of a come forward brawler or whatever?
Yeah, well, you know what? Yes and no, I guess. You know, I'm not a real the hardest puncher, but I know I do got enough pop to get these guys' attention. I mean, if you see a fight with Danny, I mean, he was not bulldozing me, neither was Benavidez or Ruslan. None of them were really pressuring me out of there. I mean, I do got some power in my hands. So, you know what? No, I'm glad that I studied the fighters I did. You know, something good came out of it. Hey, I'm fighting on one of the biggest stages, you know, this Saturday. So, I mean, that has to say for something. And, you know, maybe it's a weight class. Maybe a little different. Maybe a little more pop will come out at 147. Maybe I'll feel more stronger, and we just have to wait and see. But, no, I'm happy the way things are. I'm happy with the style that I got, and I will continue studying these great fighters and try to get whatever I can out of it.
Absolutely, man. Boxing beats Rams?
Yeah, I was just going to ask about the jump up in weight. Do you envision 147 giving you any troubles?
No, I mean, it was hard to make 140. It's a little more easier for 147. It's a weight that I probably could have done a long time ago. You know, a lot of fighters like to really discipline and go as low as they can. But, you know, the fight, they wanted me to fight Lucas at this weight. That didn't happen, so my mindset was just going to welterweight anyways, and so we got Gomez in this weight. So I think it's going to be a good thing, and you always feel more healthier, you know, with not having to lose as much weight. So we'll see if my legs feel stronger and everything. I'm pretty sure it shouldn't be bad for me this weight.
Cool, man. All right. Cool. Good question, Beats. Now, Scorsese, you got a question?
Yeah, well, I don't know if I can form a question out of it, but while your phone was ringing, I didn't think you were going to pick up because, you know, before the weigh-in, I didn't know you jumped up in weight to 47 either.
Yeah.
But if you were at 140, do you think you'd be on a phone call a day before the weigh-in?
Yeah, you guys got me. I saw that ID caller, and I said, you know, I never pick up when it comes up like that, but I said, it has to be somebody. I was going to give an attitude to whoever it was. You guys came up, and I was writing the show, so I had to pick it up. But actually, I'm not even in a, you know, if I was making 140, I probably would have been in a bad mood or something.
Yeah.
And not pick up. But, you know, being at this weight is not giving me too much problem. You know, I just got about 2-3 pounds to take off right now and a little bit at the sauna, and I should be right at weight. So, I mean, if I was making 140, I would have never picked up this phone call. So there's something there, you know.
I told you, man. I told y'all, bro.
Yeah.
Well, you know, going off of that, do you think that considering Frankie Gomez's past issues making weight, that there may be an advantage that you could take advantage of there with regard to possibly, you know, going to his body a little bit, jab to the body, stuff like that?
Yeah, you know, he had trouble making 140, so 146, you know, if he doesn't make that weight, then, you know, I don't know what to say, but he has more than enough pounds there to play around with. The other ones that wanted it lower, at a lower weight, which didn't make sense to me, you know, if he had problems making weight, but I'm seeing him now, you know, he looks like he's close to weight, so I hope he makes the weight because he's already getting enough opportunities from Golden Boy, so he better not blow this one again.
Well, you know, if he doesn't make weight, would there be any repercussions for that from your side or from Golden Boy, or what's going on with that?
Of course, yeah. When we work the contracts out, we're gonna find his ass. If he doesn't make weight, we won't try to make as much. But it depends on how high he comes. We'll make him work as low as we can before accepting the fight. You know.
Yeah.
Can I jump in with one? Like, when I saw you perform against Danny Garcia, and I saw you getting at Danny, and you beat him clearly, and then you got robbed against Benavides. They are quality opposition. But the thing is, right, even when you go down maybe a level against Perez, all these fights are relatively close. Do you think against Gomez you need a really, at least a 4-round cushion if it goes to the scorecard? So that way they can't take it away from you. Do you feel that you really need to make a punctuation mark on this fight?
Definitely. All my fights have been close. I've never been dominating in any of my fights. So I do have to put just a little extra on this fight, to kind of erase the past and just to start fresh. Maybe just wait, start over and really take more risks. And I'm willing to do that. I have a good chin. I never really hurt or knocked down. So once I'm able to fill out Gomez, that will determine what I want to do. And I may pressure Gomez back. I may be the one to pressure him and make him go back. He doesn't fight good going backward. We may test that out. As you know, I did bang it out with Mike Alvarado when he was undefeated. So I never boxed there. I stood there and traded to the last round. So you guys know what I got. So if I have to do that again to win this fight in spots, then I'll do that.
Cool, man. All right. Hey, man, we burn you up in the A, man. We appreciate you giving me your time, champ, boy. And you're the real champ at 140, and you're gonna be. Hey, we can see you a fight. We see you winning some fights at 147. Hey, man, hope your fight goes well. And yeah, man. Anything else you want to say to your UK fans?
Whoever they want me to put up against another prospect. Like I said, I'll keep testing the prospects out, but they better be good prospects. Or champions or current champions, whatever they want. I've been ready to fight. I haven't said no to anybody, so hey, bring it on.
Absolutely, man. Thanks very much, champs. Thanks for your time. We'll talk soon.
Yeah. All right. Thank you again.
Yeah.
No problem. Take it.
The uncrowned 140 champion. The uncrowned 140 champion.
There you go. That's what I'm saying, man. That was Mauricio Herrera for you guys that's coming over. He gave a good interview. Everyone, good video. Hey, good question, guys. So on my prediction for Mauricio Herrera versus Frankie Gomez, I'm going Mauricio Herrera by decision, unanimous decision. It's going to be hard for him, but I'm going to go Mauricio Herrera by unanimous decision at his new weight class. Anyone else want to jump in? Beats, how you see the fight going? Oh, you've already done it already, right?
I don't think I have. I was going to get Frankie's box record. Who's Frankie really?
He ain't got. I've got his box.
Paris,
He ain't really got no one on this. He ain't got no one.
Yeah. The last few went the distance as well.
The best guy. No, I was gonna say the best guy on his resume is probably Granados.
He's got Vernon Paris. Vernon Paris is a good win.
Yeah, Zab ruined Vernon, didn't he? Zab ruined Vernon.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm going to go for Fing, man. I'm going to go for Mauricio Herrera.
Yeah.
I'm going to go Herrera. Points. Split decision, Herrera.
After talking,
Yeah, man, we gotta, we gotta send good vibrations Mauricio's way, man, because Mauricio's a cool ass cat, man. He always been, a cool ass cat with us. We gotta send good vibrations his way, you know what I mean?
Our predictions are on the line, bro. I wouldn't lie to so I know Vinicius is smartly, wisely saying it's gonna be close though, but you know what I mean? That's wise though, but we understand.
You know it's gonna be close. Mauricio's fights is always close. When has he ever dominated? You know what I mean? So I'm gonna send good vibrations.
He gets penalized.
Yeah, he gets penalized for his style, and I don't like. You know what I mean? That's the type of style he fights is the style I always champion. I champion that style all the time, so I'm not gonna switch up. Oh, go ahead, Beats. Go ahead. Make your point.
To be honest, I had him up about 3 rounds against Danny Garcia. At least. I didn't beating Danny Garcia.
Yeah, he won. Yeah, he won. He won that fight. He won that fight.
I mean, shoot, when he fought Benavides, I thought he gave him a boxing lesson. I thought he changed. He used like 3 different styles. I thought it looked like a sparring match, like the way he was, styling on him, man. He was using like 4 different styles on him. He used like the Mike Tyson style, then he used a little shoulder roll, then he just switched it up for the hell of it.
That's the thing about him, bro. That's a great question. Umar asked a great question because he studied all the great. His favorite fighters, Pioneer Whitaker, and Umar.
Yeah. That was the point I was getting at, EJ. I didn't want to be too direct about it, but you remember when we talked to him.
Yeah. He was a great question because Is your style starting with all them great defensive fighters hurting you? And he says, well,
Hey.
he's still got power. Yeah, go ahead, Scorsese.
Let me get one. Now to probably know, cause Frankie been in a lot of shit, like he was, like, damn, Mauricio was saying. But what the fuck, Frankie bring to the table? I don't never get to see him cause he's an asshole.
Mauricio Herrera's resume still. He's the fighter who's.
No. I get Herrera's resume. I know what Herrera's about. I want to know what Frankie Gomez is about. What is he?
Frankie Gomez's rep has largely been built in the gyms, where he's been one of the few guys that's been able to spar with Pacquiao on even terms.
Yo, EJ, you know what? EJ, you know what's funny, right? When you mentioned that name, you know who I thought of? I thought at first when you said Frankie Gomez, I thought you was talking about Eddie Gomez.
Yeah.
So I was torn for a second. You know what I mean? I was torn for a second.
So everyone's got Mauricio, right?
I don't want to pick nobody, but if I know Frankie and I know he got a good rep, man. I've heard a lot about him. You just never see him. And then
that's the thing. A lot of his rep has been built in the gym, just by virtue of the fact that he was one of the few guys. Like even as a teenager, he was able to spar on even terms with Pacquiao and Khan and stuff out in the wild card, and just be good. But the problem is when it comes down to making weight and compete and performing in the fight, it's like he doesn't have the same stuff as he has in the gym. It's like a great basketball player that can do it all in practice, but when they're actually in the game, they freeze up just a tad, and they don't have they don't show all that specialty that they did in practice.
Yeah.
I just reserve my pick and see what Frankie brings to the table.
Well, here I'm gonna give my pick. I think Herrera wins this fight. The reason why I was asking him questions about Gomez's weight is because Gomez actually missed weight 2 fights ago. He weighed over 150 pounds. Mm-hmm. So I'd be willing to bet that even making 147 is going to be a pain in the ass for Gomez. And in spite of the fact that Gomez isn't, really a guy that's a big guy there, like in terms of muscle mass, he's a guy that gets fat in between fights. He's real, he has a lot of really bad habits outside of, this stuff. He does a lot of the same kind of crap that, Broner gets a lot of, heat for. But I think Gomez doesn't get as much heat because he isn't, world champion or anything. He hasn't found that level yet. But he's a guy that his head is like here and there and everywhere. And as far as coming into this fight, I think he's actually probably a tougher style matchup for Herrera than either Benavidez or Garcia was, because Gomez can actually pressure you. He can press you and box you at the same time. But just by virtue of focus and the fact that Herrera will make the weight easy, while I think Gomez will probably still have some problems, I think Herrera probably out staminas him and gets a decision.
DJ Boxing Live here. DJ Boxing Live here.
Buster Douglas knocked him out. Buster Douglas, the fat bump, the legend out
Yo, this is Chris Caban chilling with my man EJ Boxing Live, one of the hottest, dopest boxing channels on YouTube. Check him out.
Boxing beat some rounds on the EJ Live YouTube channel.
And Garcia was the number 10 rated contender, and he had never been knocked down. And Sonny destroyed his mouth. Garcia lost most of his teeth, basically with 1 or 2 left hooks.
Oh shit, boy! What was look at kids sleeping like Manny Pacquiao? EJ Boxing Live here. EJ Boxing Live here.